If you're majoring in psychology or other social sciences like economics, or even natural sciences such as biology, statistics is often a required course in your degree program. So clearly, statistics plays a very important role in many areas of science and technology. In this video, I will explain why statistics is important for modern science and technology. I will start by explaining a very famous thought experiment called the lady tasting tea experiment. In this thought experiment, an English woman named Muriel Bustow claimed that she had this special ability of determining whether tea or milk was added first into a cup when making a cup of tea. For those who don't know, in traditional English tea preparation, tea and milk are usually mixed together. So this English lady, Muriel Bustow, claimed that she was able to tell whether the milk or tea was added first to a cup solely by the taste. So as a researcher, you want to test whether she really had this special ability of determining whether milk or tea was added first. But the question is, how would you do that? So here is a possible research design that can help you address this research question. So first, you prepare 8 cups of tea, 4 where the tea was added first, and the other 4 where the milk was added first. And then you give them to Muriel Bustow in random order and ask her to taste them and pick out the 4 cups where the milk was added first. And that is basically what she did. She picked out the 4 cups and you record how many she identified correctly. Basically, you did experiments and you record the data. But the next question is, how do you decide whether she can truly tell the difference or she was just guessing? Our intuition tells us the more cups she gets correctly, the more likely that she is not guessing. But it is possible that she gets extremely lucky and guesses everything correctly. In fact, using probability theory, we can compute that if she's just purely guessing, the probability of getting all correct is just 1.4%. 1.4% is a very small percentage, but it is still possible. Therefore, we need to find a method to decide at which point we can conclude that she is not guessing and that she can truly tell the difference. And this is where statistics comes in. In other words, statistics help us make a conclusions about our research question after we have collected the data. More specifically, statistics is a method scientists use to make a conclusions regarding the mechanisms underlying the observed data. In this lady tasting tea experiment, the underlying mechanism is whether the English lady has these special abilities to tell whether milk or tea was added first into a cup. And through statistical analysis, we can conclude whether she really had this special ability based on how many cups she can identify correctly in this experiment. According to a type of statistical analysis called the non-hypothesis testing, which we'll talk about in later videos, the English woman Muriel Bustow would need to correctly identify all 4 cups in order for us to conclude that she truly has this special ability. That means if she can only identify 3 correctly, that is getting 1 incorrect, then we cannot conclude that she has this special ability. So as we have shown in the lady tasting experiment, statistics help researchers make conclusions regarding different research questions. Specifically in psychology, statistics help researchers make conclusions regarding a variety of research questions, such as which treatment method, medication, or psychotherapy is better for treating depression. whether listening to classical music improves memory, whether different personality traits predict later outcomes. So all these research questions, statistics can help us arrive conclusions. More broadly, statistics is important in almost all areas of science, especially important in biology, economics, medicine, education, and ecology. And the statistic plays important roles in modern physics, chemistry, sociology, and the political science. Lastly, statistics is related to almost all modern technology. In fact, statistics is the basis for machine learning, artificial intelligence, and the large language model, which is the mechanisms underlying ChatGPT. I'm sure many of you have seen this Venn diagram. In this Venn diagram, it shows that data science is an interdisciplinary field that combines math and statistic knowledge and the computer science skills, basically your coding skills, and the domain-specific knowledge, which is your knowledge regarding the type of data and type of variables you are studying. And over the past decades, statistics and the related areas such as data science have become very popular majors. And this trend again highlights the growing importance and broad applications of statistics in modern science and technology.